Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and ever since his meeting with Donald Trump, it's like Vladimir Zelensky's career is falling down the stairs. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. Tulsi Gabbard dropped a bomb on Zelensky and also all of Europe when she spoke to Fox News this week. She talked about how these people say they're fighting for democracy, they're fighting for freedom. And that's nice. Those are nice words. But they do things every single day that violate the tenets they say they're fighting for. Vladimir Zelensky shuts down churches that disagree with his position. He shuts down media organizations that are against him. He has his military officers grab young men off the street and drag them kicking and screaming into the military they don't want to fight for. That's not democracy. That's a dictatorship. He suspends elections until the war's over. Well, this war could last 20 or 30 years. So you're going to stay in power that whole time? Can't have elections? We had elections during the Civil War in the United States. During World War I, during World War II, during the Vietnam War, we had elections. You can't have elections? Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Every other democracy can do it except Ukraine. Ukraine was noted by Republicans and Democrats as one of the most corrupt countries in the world until the day they were invaded by Russia. And then we thought to ourselves, hey, we can use this little state as our puppet to really weaken Russia. That's what NATO thought. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely abhorrent what has happened here with the lives of Russian and Ukrainian civilians. It's horrible, horrible what's happened. And then you got Europe preaching to us about democracy when they will arrest people for words they speak if they go against their hate crime laws, their hate speech laws. What they say on the internet, they can get arrested for it. It's absolutely psychotic. This isn't democracy. This isn't freedom. Tulsi Gabbard read them all, the Riot Act, and I loved every second of it. I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
So our next guest coming up, Democratic Congressman, now Senator Chris Van Hollen, says that he is very worried about what he saw on Friday, what it communicates. He says the people who are celebrating are Russia and Putin, Xi and China, people who don't have America's best interests at heart. And we do have, over the weekend, a number of reactions out of Russia. You've got Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov saying President Trump's the one using common sense and that we like the way he's acting. You've got the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, saying what the U.S. is doing is changing the game, and it largely coincides with our vision. What do you make of Russia celebrating and saying what the U.S. is doing lines up with their vision?
They're going to say what their position is. What we should pay attention to here in the United States of America is the American people, so many people across the country celebrating the strong leadership that President Trump and Vice President Vance demonstrated in the Oval Office, something we have not seen over the last 4 years of the Biden administration, where we finally have a president who's going to stand up strongly and fiercely and unwaveringly for the cause of peace and freedom for the American people. I know that that is who President Trump has on his heart and on his mind as he is working towards bringing about a negotiated end to this war. I think those who are criticizing his efforts in this way are showing that they are not committed to peace. And in the case of many of those European countries, that they're not committed to the cause and values of freedom. Even though they speak of this, we heard very clearly during Vice President Vance's speech in Munich different examples of how these European partners and longtime allies in many cases are actually implementing policies that undermine democracy, that shows that they don't actually believe in the voices of the people being heard, and implementing anti-freedom policies. We're seeing this in the United Kingdom. We're seeing this in Germany. We saw it with the tossing out of the elections in Romania. So there's something fundamentally deeper here that shows a huge difference in divergence between the values that President Trump and Vice President Vance are fighting for for, the values that are enshrined in our Constitution, the interests of the American people in our peace and freedom and national security, versus those of many of these European countries who are coming to Zelensky's side as he walked out of the White House, saying basically that they are going to support him in continuing this war and that they don't stand with us around these fundamental values of freedom.
Well, and they also, though, think that they're in more alignment, and they should be, with the U.S. when it comes to those freedoms and things you talk about. Certainly, those are not things that you would say that Russia or Putin celebrates or bestows on his own people.